In their reports, the word corruption does not even figure anymore. So you have transparency, misgovernance, but corruption is not there. When it comes to air pollution, we have a major problem with corruption, especially in terms of regulatory capture and how to avoid that. So we have countries which are from the global south, which have very positive examples. So Bhutan has it in their constitution 60% reservation for forest cover, and they managed to implement it. Rwanda is doing wonderful things in terms of how they're doing it. Costa Rica has become a hub of innovation in sustainable energies. Mongolia, a landlocked country, has managed to address it by investing into isolation or insulation of the housing. So there are many ways forward. I think technical cooperation between experts who are not running talk shops, but are collaborating with each other on the science of issues is what can advance us quickly.
Thank you. Thank you so much for just a quick words.
Starvation. Fifth of India's wheat production is damaged due to air pollution. 3% of India's rice production is damaged due to air pollution. Another invisible aspect of air pollution are children, because they cannot vote. So we don't address them, they're not our voters yet. However, the impact on children, on the development of the lungs and the brains is very significant. In fact, pathoanatomists have found evidence of soot in mother's placenta. So an unborn child is already impacted by air pollution. Now, coming to the question of what can be done, what are the quick gains? So my sense is, one, that we need to acknowledge that we are resource constrained. So we cannot turn into hamsters going behind every new term that is launched in Geneva or Washington, D.C. and become experts on that and launch those courses at our universities and at our think tanks. We need to do a triage of what we can do and what we can't. Pooling of resources is critical. We need to have regional technology hubs where regional members share the resources. These are lessons we learned from COVID, but these are very much needed for fighting air pollution. In places like Geneva, so there's the website of the UN in Geneva. If you look there, there's a blue book of diplomatic missions in Geneva, which lists all diplomatic missions and their staff. Compare India's mission to that of Denmark. Compare Indonesia's mission to that of Sweden. Compare Pakistan's mission to that of Switzerland. The smaller, richer countries have at least 8 to 9 attachés covering the various UN agencies in Geneva. The big, poor countries, we have 2 to 3 attachés. Physically, humanly, it's impossible to cover all bases. We need to have a mechanism, since this forum is going to make recommendations to the G20, we need to pool our technical attachés at policy centers like Geneva and Washington, D.C. Instead of having our officers copy-paste from other reports, we need to be a part of that conversation. Second is, we need to demonopolize air pollution from the ministries of health and ministries of environment. As technical agencies who provide us with the evidence and update the evidence, that's fine. But in the food chain, we all know that the ministries of health and ministries of environment are not influential enough